going on, everyone? Let's see. It's Monday, January 11th, and super excited. As always, I think everything I do, whether it's live, recording, podcasts, recording videos, I actually think I start all of them out as super excited to be here, everyone. It's not a phase, it's not a facade. It's true. Like, I actually love creating information that helps someone else or that connects someone to something of value. And that's why I like doing the videos. That's why I like doing the podcasts. So if you are out there tonight on this Monday evening, let me know you're there. So throw a comment to me, who you are, where you're watching from, or what's up. It's the only way I can know you're out there. Right now I'm live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Really loving this, having my LinkedIn live. And as you can see, I've gone live 3 times in 5 days, I think. So since I accidentally found I had it. So yeah, if you're out there, let me know you're there. Probably not going to go crazy long. I might if people ask questions because I'm a man of the people. But I'm getting a lot of questions about, like, why do I have Bureaucracy Slayer in my title? What is that? What is bureaucracy hacking? Can you break that down for us? So I've got something coming up in a interview type live, coming in about a week or so or two. That'll go more deep into it, and a conversation with a couple people who are bureaucracy hackers, either considered by themselves or by organizations. And we'll have a fun conversation, but I just kind of wanted to break it down. Again, I don't know you guys are there unless you throw a comment. So throw me a comment. Tell me where you're watching from. Say what's up. Yeah. If you are interested in this topic right now and you want to join me, send me a message directly, either if you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, and I'll send you an invite. You can join me live if you want. If not, no worries. I don't mind chatting by myself or with all of you. So yeah, again, it's really hard for me to tell if anyone's there. So I can start, but I'm just not sure. So I'll just kick it off and say what's up as you guys kind of join, or let me know in the comments where you're watching from. So yes, someone did just say on YouTube, my mohawk is hiding today. It's still up. It's just taking a nap. So the hat's just kind of having fun, because why not? I didn't mean to wear all black today, but I'm in black shorts, black shirt, and black hat. So it's fun. Martin, what's up, Martin? Bureaucracy hackers in the trenches. We have to get things done. Easier said than done. Yes, I agree with that, Martin. So I want to talk to that, but I'm just going to lay it out for some of the people that have asked me questions on this. Bureaucracy hacking. Let's look at hacking, second word. So hacking, probably the most thing you relate that to is computers. Hack a system, hack a network, hack an app, hack someone's email, hack someone's server, which I'm not going to go into the definition of hacking, but that's probably what we relate it to. So take that and apply that to hacking an organization or a culture or a process. Doesn't always have to be like a big bureaucracy, like a massive organization, because there are levels of bureaucracy in any organization, and some are good. Some are there's a level of bureaucracy that is okay, in my opinion, because it helps keeps things running, processes, things like that. But depending on how large your organization is, the larger it goes, the more bureaucracy there can tend to be, because things can be so separated. As everyone or a lot of people know, myself, I am a part of Naval X, which is I work for the Navy and the Marine Corps. And so I do bureaucracy hacking. I do a lot of things. You see me on video a lot. I do a lot of that stuff. So yeah, pause real quick, Martin. So spent the last hour dealing with legal, and that needs to happen. Can't move without their support. That's a great point. And I'll derail to that because I like that. Things like legal, things like public relation, things like cybersecurity are often the ones who get the discredit of being in the way or being the ones that are saying no. And a lot of the time, that's because they are being brought late to the game. Being in that role before and being a public affairs officer who's had to say no before, it's because they're trying to do something in a timeline that is just not possible for that person to review, make sure, set them up for success. To Martin's point, which I'll throw on the screen here, is if you are including lawyers, in this case legal, before and early on, then they don't want to stop you. They want to enable you. But they got their job to do. They want to protect the information that they need to protect. And so it is important to include them. So great points, Martin. Thank you. Again, if you guys are out there, let me know what's up. If not, that's cool. Just keep talking for a little bit. So welcome, everyone. Just Monday evening, thought I'd talk about a topic I keep getting a lot of questions on. I'm probably going to make a minute and a half video on this to really get to the nugget, but playing with this new live feature, so why not? And so bureaucracy hacking, to me, does not necessarily mean making things go faster. That's a lot of the confusion that I get. Oh, you're just trying to punch your way through and rah. And I do have a image of somebody that made me into a comic doing that. So that's funny, ironically. But that's not what I feel it is all the time. A lot of it, in my opinion, doing it correctly is actually can be slower than just punching through a wall. And I want to compare that. Anyone that's been in the construction business and they go and they say they got to tear down a building. Okay, so if you're going to actually blow up a building or demolish a building, you don't just go in day one with a wrecking ball or dynamite and just go, because you're going to have casualties, you're going to have things go every which way direction. When they actually demolish a building, have you ever seen a building blow up on TV or live or anything? It actually demolished, kind of done correctly, blows up this way because they strategically place dynamite, explosive, wrecking balls in the areas to have it go inward and not outward. So there is a lot that goes into that demolish or that wrecking ball punching through that wall of that building before they do it. And that's how I compare and think of bureaucracy hacking. And the title on the screen, Bureaucracy Slayer. It's not just about punching through and, I'm going to tear down the system and no way, no, that my way's better, blah. I don't consider it that at all. I look at it as, hey, here's some red tape. Okay, I may come in a little hot because I want to know, because for me and my techniques personally, I come a little hot on purpose because if I see people in their defensive modes and I get people to kind of respond reactively and not think about their response, it can give me insight into what's going on. And so I do that on purpose, which has a little risk to it, but the reward for me and understanding how to make sure it doesn't blow up is valuable and has returned in many cases. So I'm like, hey, here's some red tape. Okay, let's look at this red. Why is this tape red? Does it need to be red? Does it need to be tape? Let's look at what it is, what it's doing, what its purpose is, because right or wrong, something has a purpose. That purpose may be someone who's just trying to make their name and make a statement saying, I will be the authority here. I don't care why. I'm not saying that purpose is right, but everything has a purpose. So understanding what that purpose is and of that red tape can help you go a lot longer and go a lot farther in that process. So if I'm to say, hey, this is red tape, and anyone that's joining right now, welcome. I see the numbers are changing a little bit. If you guys are there, throw me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. What's up? I'm just kind of talking about some bureaucracy hacking because I've been getting a lot of questions about it. And I'm happy to conversate with you in the comments. Or if you want to, I've got something coming up in a few weeks deeper into this topic, both for me personally and some Naval X stuff. And so throw me in the comments, and happy to conversate with you. What's up, Grace? Nice to see you. So back to that red tape. Once you started to analyze and see, why is it there? Why is it there? Why did someone place it there? And also, why is it red? Maybe it doesn't need to be red. Maybe it can be yellow. Maybe it can be green, because there are a lot of processes that need to be there to protect something, whether it's budgets or resources or people or legal reasons, like Martin was talking to earlier. But and I know, coming from the Bureaucracy Slayer, this may not sound like, oh, give me all the tips. Like, understanding what you're trying to do and change and help before you do it is extremely valuable. And it's not only going to help you go faster in solving whatever you're there to solve, or you want to help people with, and two, it's going to not make so many enemies so quickly. So, David, what's up, man? Nice to see you from Keyport, Washington, I'm assuming. Fantastic. I'm actually doing some stuff with some folks in Keyport, virtually, of course, on Friday, I think. Some folks, my ears are red. That's weird. Oh, my ears are really red. I'm all right. So look at the red tape. Can it be yellow? Can it be green? Processes can be a good thing. I can't believe I'm saying this live and actually on the interwebs, because I'm the last person to follow a process, is usually what people will say. And even I have said that, but it's not actually true. I follow processes. I'm just not one to put them down and like put tons of time into thinking and like drawing it out. My process is idea, execute idea, idea, execute idea, change. So if you're familiar with the military, cover military background, you start firing on target, you have tracer rounds for a reason, especially if you're firing at night. So you can see where your fire is hitting. So you start firing, I start firing, and then I adjust. Again, I'm not talking about shooting people, but that's just an example. So that's my process. It's not a lot of people's process, especially in larger organizations or governmental organizations, but it is how I do things. And so I do have processes, and I will follow process. I just want to know why. And like, if you come to me and say, hey, you signed up for this, good, congratulations, it takes 1 month to complete, I'm gonna be the first person to be like, why? Why does it take a month? Why can't I do it in a day? And sometimes things do take a month, but sometimes they really don't. And that leads me into Bureaucracy Slayer and how I got the name Bureaucracy Slayer. So Rich Walsh, boom. Rich Walsh is actually one of the people who I am going to reach out to for an upcoming conversation that I have, that I want to have and host, and I want him in on it. So yeah, so because Rich, if you don't know Rich Walsh, he is an innovator. He is an outstanding sailor, but he will be the first one to say it's not about him, it's about the legacy. And he has said that on my Naval X Connects podcast. And Rich has a lot to offer, but he is always one that'll go for the team and make things better if they need better, not just because. He's not just attacking things. One team, one fight, brother. I got you, man. Love you for it every day. Grace, wow, your ears are definitely red. Someone must be talking about me. Rich, what's up? I see that. Dave Walls, Keyport, Washington. Are you working with the TechBridge folks? Yes, I am. Working with Johannes and some other TechBridge folks that are partnering with him. As if you're not aware, I'm with Naval X, and so I talk to the TechBridge folks daily. Mohawk's hiding today. So yeah, Bureaucracy Hacking, the point of my story is the Bureaucracy Slayer. So that name gets different reactions. most of the time it's welcomed and curious and kind of funny. Like, what's that for? Why? And a lot of the time, actually on LinkedIn, and I'm going to tell a story where it came from. On LinkedIn, the most common question I get, message that I get from someone I don't know and they're requesting to connect from me, and we don't have similar connections, is usually them saying something along the lines of, "Oh, I'd love to connect with someone that has Bureaucracy Slayer in their title," or "Let's slay some bureaucracy together." So I have identified that. Grace, Mrs. Bureaucracy Slayer, is actually working on some work right now in the other room. I am scheduling an interview with her. You've asked for it. Others have asked for it. That is coming, Grace. Don't worry. Same with the one with John. But yes, Mrs. Bureaucracy Slayer and Lindy, as I call her, she's working on something, but she will be on one of these soon. I haven't forgot about you. Don't worry. So let's talk about the name. It's a name that I did not give myself. I personally think best nicknames are earned. And I think I did a video yesterday or the day before on a nickname called Booger, Bugar, that I had in high school. So that's one of the nicknames I had. Bureaucracy Slayer is one that's very work-centric. And it's even so much that my last team that I left, the Diat team, trying to get it good without these pieces falling out. So they even threw Bureaucracy Slayer on the going away puzzle, and they all signed it. You can tell, and it is actually. See if I can pop it out. This whole puzzle is gonna tip. I tried to hang it on the wall earlier, and the puzzle's pieces just started falling out. So I might have to glue it or something carefully. So yeah, it's even engraved in places, which my wife said, "Oh, I can't get rid of that name now." So what happened was I woke up one morning. It was about 3-4 years ago. About 2.5-3 years ago now, and I got a text message. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning, California time. Hey, this system, this add-on for a software system that I was the lead for managing, is broken, which in turn broke the entire software system in a certain section of it. So about 45 to 60% of the tools in that system did not work. And while we were on the West Coast, it served people all across the country. So the East Coast was throwing all kinds of help desk tickets and emergency red flares. So that's why I got a text at about 6 a.m. or so saying, "Hey, we need to figure out what's going on." So jump in. At a time before telework, a few years ago, didn't have a computer in my house. So I just threw some basketball shorts on and a t-shirt, didn't even get dressed, and drove to base. And if you've ever been in a help desk type situation or customer type situation where you have to respond, sometimes you don't look pretty. You just got to go and do it. So I went in. I'm in the system trying to figure out what's going on. I find it. I find what happened. And what happened was a plugin that we had for this software system expired. And that expiration killed that entire function of that plugin, which that plugin was being used on about 60% of the system. So of course, fires going everywhere, all kinds of people, and it's crazy. So pause. COVID-19 heroes, by the way, how are you? I heard you can now smell a steak or something. Yes, Rich, I am great. Thank you. I can smell again. I did get COVID. For those who aren't aware, I was safe when I needed to be and away from people. But yeah, I posted a video a couple days ago that I can smell and taste again, which is the weirdest sensation that I've ever experienced, not having taste and smell. And I have passion is not the right word, sympathy or an empathy for anyone that has experienced that now during COVID or in general, because they are real things that people do have. So I can't imagine having that permanently or forever. I was lucky enough that mine lasted only about 2 weeks, 14 days. So I'm doing better now. Thanks, Rich. We got to sync up. I can taste, smell, but not 100%. I'm about probably, I don't know percentages of my taste buds. I'd probably say 50 to 60%. I can't taste onions and garlic still. I can't taste peppers. I can smell them, but I can't taste them yet. I can't, some smells are weaker, so, and tastes are different. And my doctor friend said that that could be because I went for so long that my body's resetting. And so I have to retrain what taste actually tastes like. I never thought of that before. So break. I'm going to not drinking. This is my apple cider. It's been that kind of day. So I cracked open an apple cider bottle. Non-alcoholic. I don't drink personally. So I got the apple cider and I actually bought it in end of December and then lost my taste buds. So it's been sitting in the fridge this whole time. So enjoy it now. Swig of water. Back to the story. What's up, Rich? If anyone's there, welcome. Just casual conversation tonight. Throw your comments, questions in there. This is a topic, bureaucracy hacking, that I'm going to dive deep into in a few weeks. Just kind of teasing, answering some questions that people have asked me about this topic. I wake up. Back to the story. Go in, find the problem. Working on it. Say, okay, this plugin expired. What do we do? What are our options? First of all, in my head, I'm getting pretty annoyed because I actually know that the people that manage, so while I managed a certain part of the system, I didn't have control over purchasing of the plugins, at least at the time. It came from a different organization outside of us, out in a different, even geographical area. It was a partnership we had. It's going to sound like I'm faulting them, but not being rude, but yeah, something expired and the system went down. Whose fault is that? Wasn't mine. Maybe it was, but we solved it. And what happened was I said, okay, the reason I started to get annoyed was because I knew that I actually tried to tried to get this plugin redid months prior, and I submitted, and they all told me it's not possible, it's not going to happen. We've tried, the process is not working, there's red tape, all the things I talked about bureaucracy. I see that, Rich, thank you. I'll check it out. And you say no need to respond. I'm a squirrel, man. I cannot respond. I'm here for you. So, but I will look at that link for sure. So what are my options? Okay. Well, the only option I had in my mind was to get this plugin working on the system. What does that mean? I have to buy that plugin. First thing, I call leadership and I start calling around and say, hey, I know the problem. This is what's going on. This is how I can solve it. Do you support me going down this path to solve it? They said, do what you need to do. As you start to know or hit either road bumps, speed bumps, or blockages, call me. It's perfect. So I did what any sane person would do. Probably not. Loaded up my computer in my backpack, got some snacks, some drink, and I started walking. And I was on a base in California, and I started walking on that base from building to building. And as I started walking, as I left my building, I emailed and said, hey, call me. I'm about to call you. Something I need your help with. I started making phone calls to the people that can purchase things. And so I said, hey, this is what's going on. You should see an email from so-and-so giving approval. It has taken down an entire system or 60% of the system. We need help. We have people that cannot do, or people are stuck not doing work right now, both on the East Coast and about to be on the West Coast, because now it's about 7:05, 7:15 in the morning, West Coast time. So I find the person I need. The person I need was on his way into work. So I went and sat in his office until he got there. with my backpack, my computer, my snacks. And he's like, what are you doing? I was like, yo, I'm here to solve this problem. He's like, you're 2 buildings over. Why'd you bring your backpack and snacks? I was like, because I'm not leaving until this is solved. He looks at me kind of funny. I was like, So I explained what's wrong, what's going on. Say, I want to know what this looks like and how we can get this moving. At the time, in that moment, I fully expected this to be a 2 to 3 day thing, and that would have been considered rushed. Again, we had a system down. I was trying to get it back up online. I was told to do anything I possibly could. So I did. And part of what I did is I connected to people. I didn't submit a help desk ticket. I didn't submit an email. I didn't just sit and call someone until no one answered. I got out of my building and I went and walked to them. Found them, started working on it. We started doing the things we needed to do. Through this entire process, we didn't break any rules, meaning I followed the actual process. I just helped it go a little bit faster. So I still filled out the correct forms. I was just sitting on the dude's desk doing it on my computer while I was saying, and this is what you need? Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. And I don't know what his feeling at the time was. We're friends now, but he was probably a little annoyed at me, to be honest. But I needed to get this up and running. I didn't care what was going on. Doing the thing, getting it up. Boom. So we got the first thing submitted. Done. I said, is it okay? Now we'll just wait. It goes to an inbox and so goes somewhere and they have so many days to approve it. And I said, I looked at him, looked at my backpack. I said, and I'm not going to share names. I said, yo, what do you think I'm about to do? You think I'm going to go back and sit on my way to my desk? He's like, no. I was like, who do we send it to? Who controls that inbox? He told me. I went and found them. So, went and found them and called them on the way there. Said, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm on my way. I want to get this solved. You'll see the request from here. And here's the accompanying 2 approval emails to expedite. I used the word expedite, but it actually wasn't expedite. It was just doing it in a timely manner. Right? The problem all too often is lack of resources. It is a lack of resourcefulness. I agree with that, Rich, completely. So I find out who the next person in this chain is. And I go to their office, do the same thing. I sit down. Okay, what do you need from me? Well, no, we're going to review it, and we've got these other things. I said, okay, I can wait. I scoot over to a desk outside of her cubicle, eat my snack, get on my computer, checking some other things. And about 30 minutes go by. I was like, hey, just checking in, making sure that I filled it out correctly. I wasn't attacking her. I was going on the side of, hey, I just want to make sure it's correct, because I didn't know at that point if it was fully correct. Because, sometimes things come back and forth, and I didn't want to have to do that. So I said, if it's not correct, just raise your hand. Don't email it back to me. I will come over and I'll fix it right there on your computer. We did that. We got what we needed done. And boom. What's next? You can guess it. Move to the next person in the process. I kindly asked who it was. I got their phone number, called them, said, hey, and I knew this person at this point. Hey, it's Matt. I'm working this. This is why. Are you able to check this system that you just got notified that something's moving? He said, oh, yeah, I'm going to this. I said, okay, I'll meet you at your office. They said, oh, okay, when are you coming by? I said, I'm walking over right now. They said, okay. I was actually going to head. I was like, no, I don't mind. I'll be there. When's your meeting? Oh, 10 minutes? I'll be there in 2. You got it. I actually did run. I ran to this person's office. Said there, okay, just want to make sure you don't need anything from me. I got my backpack, my snacks, I'm ready to go. Boom. She does what she needs to do. It goes back to the person the first thing in the morning. So I go back to I've already said it to him at this point. I go back to his office, say, all right, person, I'm ready to go. So-and-so said, it's in your email. So I got to him before he had even checked his email. Ready to go. What do you need from me? Okay, now it's got to go here. It's like, okay, fantastic. What does that look like? And I'm speaking very quickly. This is all transpiring over about probably 3 hours, 4 hours, which is for them and the traditional process they followed at the time was like, dude, leave us alone. But it wasn't just me being annoying. It was, I had a system down. I wasn't trying to prove a point. I wasn't trying to take any shortcuts. There was 60% of the people that used my system or our system could not do their work. And I don't do well when other people get blocked from doing things. That's where I like rip off Hulk mode. And that's probably where the Bureaucracy Slayer punch comes from. And I just, let's figure it out. I don't like people just sitting there and not being able to do their work, especially when they love it so much. Speed up a little bit. Get it. He's going to take lunch. I say, okay, you guys have been awesome. I'll take a 10-minute lunch. He said, okay, I'll see you in like an hour. I was like, I'll be right here. He's like, okay. He actually only left for about 10 minutes and then came back. And he's like, oh, I thought you were going to lunch. I was like, I got my lunch in my backpack. I got my snacks. I'm ready to go. Got my energy drink, got my water, got my computer. I'm good. Working a little desk by his desk. And I think he was thinking he left. And I found out later he brought his lunch, but he left to try to get me to leave. Well, I didn't leave. And Francis, yes, I've actually been in a similar situation to this where it didn't pan out. And the story I'm saying now didn't work so well. And I've never gotten in trouble for it, but I have a version of trouble, I guess. I like to stir that up a little bit. So the duty, I let him eat lunch. Now we're to about 4 hours in, 4.5 hours in at this point. He has the approval to purchase this item. I said it was a plugin earlier. He makes the purchase. Well, I need 3 quotes. The process was that I need to sole source it. I need 3 quotes. Okay. And I'm not giving you tips, secrets. That's government process to purchase things. So I go get them. I make the calls, get the people, get the quotes. Boom, give them to him. He says, okay, we're going to go with this one. And ask him why. He says, oh, this is who we always go with. And if you saw my post recently about that or the Naval X stuff, I don't usually do well with that answer. This is how we've always done it. And so I pull up the quotes and say, actually, so the one you want to purchase is, it says I can't have it for 72 hours. This one, same cost, nothing is different other than the company, both approved companies to purchase from in the government system, but I can have it instantly. He says, okay, yeah, that's fine. So we do it. He makes the purchase with his powers, hominis dominus, that I didn't have. Obviously, I don't know anyone that would ever give me purchasing powers. You never know what'll happen. So we do that thing. He's like, okay. And he goes to send me on my way. And he says, all right, so because we kind of expedited this, there's a couple things you may get emails just to finalize. I'm like, okay, sure. No problem. I appreciate it. And I go about 10 feet from him and I sit down, pull out my laptop. He's like, aren't you done and good? I said, yeah, but you just gave me this purchase key. I'm going to install it. I have my laptop that can connect to the system that's down. I'm going to install it and fix it right now. And he was a little confused. I said, no, I like I said, I got to get this on. So I connected to the internet again, started installing it. I get it installed. We're about 5.5 hours, 6 hours in. Get it installed and turn it back on. Boom. This team was fantastic. They were fast. They did what they needed to do. We did not break any rules, but I broke their process. And their process was, and I actually, after this happened, well, first what happened was got installed. I called the sponsor that owned all the stuff, the software related to this. Said, hey, so-and-so, I've got this on. We're up and running. And he actually was shocked. He said, what do you mean we're up and running? And I said, you said I needed to do it, and if there was no roadblocks, everyone was very helpful. You said I could get it up and running, and this was the limit you gave me. He said, but this is like, I figured this would be like tomorrow or the day before. I said, I needed to get it done. And I explained to him what I did and walked from place to place and called everyone. And that was the very moment he said, come and see me. So, and it wasn't negative, come and see me. So I walk, and this compound is all walkable. So I walk over to where he's at, and he picks up the phone with our national command out in national areas. I mean, if you know my career, you can figure out where this happened, but I'm not going to say it. So this happened. He gets on the phone with an SESer. Which, if you don't know the military lingo, someone very high and in the Navy, Marine Corps, military service, but civilian. He picks up the phone, says, hey, so-and-so. So remember that thing I told you that we may have a problem and you're going to get flack for a few days? He said, yeah. He said, Mr. Bureaucracy Slayer over here. First time I've ever heard that term in my life. Mr. Bureaucracy Slayer over here, Matt Denny, just got it up in 6 hours. So he asked how, why, what I did. And that was the first time I had ever been called Bureaucracy Slayer. And of course, the same way that happened with Mohawk Matt, I ran with it. Why not? It's a freaking cool title. Put it on business cards. I started using it. Other things that started to compound onto it. Again, I said names are earned. I don't feel I just got that just because I got lucky. I am persistent and slay through things, I guess. Back to the story just a little bit. And if you guys are turning in, welcome. Answering some questions that I had about Bureaucracy Slayer and Bureaucracy Hacking. Probably longer form story than I would normally share. But playing it with LinkedIn Live, so why not? And if you're there, what's up? Give me a shout out. Tell me where you're watching from. Back to the story. The team that I worked with, we didn't break any rules. There was no follow-on paperwork we had to do because we did file it all. The thing I did break was their process, and their process was when you submit it, their lingo. And so we actually not to attack them, to understand what their process really was. I said earlier, it's not just about barreling through, it's to understand why it's there. Their process was when it's sent to a certain person in each step, they have 5 to 7 days of cushion. And there's a lot of reasons you can have that. A lot of organizations have those different things for different reasons. But what often happened is that cushion expanded, or because they didn't have to, it wasn't their only job, they didn't give it the full attention. And so sometimes they weren't even seeing that. And so get it done, figure out what it was, actually changed the process, worked with the team very closely, and we changed the process that used to take them 2, 3 to 4 weeks. The fastest usually about 5 to 7 days to purchase something in this realm of things, IT procurement. And we got it down to about 2 to 4 days. And with exceptions in the process in situations like this. So worked with some great people. We worked to make it better for everyone else. And that's what I personally tie Bureaucracy Hacking and Bureaucracy Slayer to. It is not about being successful for me. I don't want an exception that only allows me through the door and me through the gate. I want everyone else behind me to be able to benefit from that as well. I got tough skin. Marine Corps, life, I'll be fine. Like, people yell at me, people beat me down, I burn myself out. I will be okay. But I want everyone not have to go through that same experience that I did. I will happily go through the fire if it allows other people to walk on the grass. Work through this process. We end up changing it. The team that said that also submitted 2 months prior, different team than the one I was on, or organization I was at, were absolutely flabbergasted. They said, that's not possible. You broke the rules. tried to like figure out why they were happy that I got it done. And then they actually, because I got it done so quickly, they asked if I could run all of their purchases through this process. So yeah, don't skip the chain of command. That is true, Francis. I do agree with that to a point, in the sense of, if the chain of command is getting in the way, and I understand that can maybe get you in trouble or things like that. But if your chain of command is blocking you and not trying to help you, those are the times that I would jump the chain of command. Not in this story, but in general, because I didn't need to in this story. But I do personally believe there are occasions, and I don't find it skipping. I find it getting help from where I need it. And that's why I'm such a powerful advocate of networking and connecting to other folks, because you never know where you're going to get this help from. And one of the reasons the day I got the name Bureaucracy Slayer, it went so smooth, was because I actually knew everyone in the process that I needed to get done. So when I was calling them, as I was walking to their office, it wasn't a cold call. They were like, I'm so-and-so in the IT department, blah, 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 who cares? It was actually, oh, hey, it's Matt. Oh, what's going on? Hey. So I had that candor. I had that relationship. So always network with people, because you never know who you're going to need. And don't network just to use people. Network just because it's fun. It's good to get to know people. Help each other. You help them, they help you, or you just help them. They don't need to help you, or vice versa, whatever it is. There's the story. 40 minutes, because I like to talk and answer questions and things. I'll put out a video of like where the Bureaucracy Slayer name. I think I can't remember if I did or not during 100 Days of Awesome or not, which I'm got 13 days left of still. Mohawk's still there, just hiding today, taking a break, putting sleep, resting in the dark. We all need a little rest. The Mohawk needs some rest. Blatantly, I left the house earlier and I just didn't want to put it up. So, be honest. Yeah, hope everyone having a great night. That's my story. Again, my story doesn't apply to everyone. This situation doesn't apply to every situation I've been involved with. This is one example. This was tailored really to answer some questions I've been getting about bureaucracy hacking and Bureaucracy Slayer. One more thing. Why do I put Bureaucracy Slayer in my title on LinkedIn? A lot of people say it. They've told me it's unprofessional. A lot of people like it. But why do I keep it there? And I'll tell you why. One, I think it's freaking cool. As a kid, I didn't plan to like become like a program analyst or like a financial manager or like an IT specialist. Bureaucracy Slayer, that's like a kid imagination dream or something, like Ninja, Dragon Slayer. That's like, yeah. And even the guy that gave me the name Bureaucracy Slayer, we did find a big sword. We used to have a sword, the Bureaucracy Slayer sword. That was it. And I'm working on getting one 3D printed at where I'm at now at Naval X. Because why not? Because I think it's fun. So yeah, the reason I put it on LinkedIn is because you see it. Whether people see it and don't like it, or they see it and like it, I get a lot of comments. Most of my connections that people reach out to me, and the ones that put a message anyway, because not everyone puts a message of, hey, what's up? I'm so-and-so. The ones that put a message, and most of them in there, have something related to Bureaucracy Slayer, or let's slay bureaucracy together, or bureaucracy hacking. So I didn't do it for that reason. I put it there originally because I think it's cool. But I've left it there because be different. If everyone else is in your world is going left, go right. If everyone's wearing blue, wear red. Especially, I don't know if Rich Walsh is still on, especially if you're in the innovation space. Not only do you want to try different things to get different results, if you do the same thing over and over, you're going to get the same result. If you try different things, make a different result. Wear a different shirt color, make a different result. Have a different title, you make a different connection. So again, that's my story. That's why I have it in there. Hope everyone has a great night. If there's any more questions after I get off, I'll jump in the comments. Be awesome. Be yourself. Be the change. If you want to get into bureaucracy hacking, do it. There's no degree for it. Just try it. Is that a rank? Bureaucracy Slayer. I mean, it kind of sounds like one, right? It's like level of 99 level of the game or something. Bureaucracy Slayer. Maybe I should make it one. If you didn't join earlier, my team, when they left out in California, they actually put it on a puzzle for me, so they engraved it. So I do have it there. I have it on some other things that people have given me. I think it's fun. Life's all about being fun. And I can go by, oh, my camera's out of focus. There we go. I can go by Matt forever. Why not add some little spice to your life? So be awesome, Zach Keller. Be different. Definitely. And Francis, everyone, have a great night. Be yourself. Be different. Be the change. Don't give up. And talk to you next time. And if you want to be on one of these lives, let me know, because I'm starting to interview people on these. See you.